I'll take them how they come.
He's mean.
And make them look ordinary.
He wants to inflict pain into his opponents.
Terence has never been in the ring with anyone like me. Terence has never fought anyone with the type of mentality that I have. I am the one to beat Terence Crawford.
What the others would pass on, Shawn Porter will pursue. Is it mythical that Terence "Bud" Crawford is the most feared and avoided in the welterweight division?
Here he comes, backs him up with a left hand again. Horns in the corner, uppercut lands. Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over.
I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather any day of the week.
If you put our mentalities right next to one another, they're the same. We're not quitters. We're not going to go home losers. We're going to leave it all in the ring.
Already a three-weight division champion, and has established his supremacy in the lightweight division as the undisputed champion. But it is not enough in the eyes of the fans, because other fighters have had harder competition and better competitive opponents in their resume than Crawford.
Just about knocked cold.
Terence "Bud" Crawford stepped up and continued his quest to conquer the welterweight division to be the undisputed champion and cement his legacy as the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world.
Let me fight all these guys that y'all said that I need to fight there. And then I'll prove it to y'all.
What kind of statement do you think you send to the other talent at 147 that were watching you tonight?
Oh, we here. You know, like I said, my power carried up. You know, my physicality got stronger, and we here now.
Has been victorious over 5 welterweights, defeating the likes of Kell Brook, Jeff Horn, and made Amir Khan fake a low blow to be able to quit on the stool.
He's already on the pound-for-pound list number. You know, some say 1, some say 2, some say 3, whatever the case got to be. But for him to fight Shawn Porter and solidify this win, and then move on and want to challenge somebody else that's coming from a top welterweight, I think that will make him a pound-for-pound best fighter.
His upcoming fight, I think he's going to be able to display that once again, why he's the best fighter on the planet.
It's fair to say that Shawn "Showtime" Porter is the toughest test yet and the obstacle in the way of the pound-for-pound journey for Terence. Porter has been taking on every competitive challenges and just sometimes comes up short from a victory with high-level opponents.
People look at the resume. They look at the resume and they say, you know, here's the body of work for us in comparison to who Terence has fought. And, you know, that's where that comes into play.
His high-volume punches and awkward aggressive style has given the whole division problems and always made it tough for the opposition to take away the win. Shawn Porter is most definitely going to bring the best out of Crawford, and Terence knows what Porter brings to the table. Explosiveness, aggression, and high-volume punches. This is what makes an exciting fight.
You know, they always say that he hasn't fought a top-level welterweight. And they say Shawn is a top-level welterweight, which I do agree with. But the difference is that the ability, the boxing, and the boxing IQ that Buzz bring to the ring is what's gonna make the difference.
He's mean like a Pernell Whitaker. He wants to knock you out. Terence Crawford right now is the best fighter that I have seen in recent years. In past years, he's a throwback fighter. I'm talking about back with Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm talking about back with Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm talking about, you know, Mayweather. I'm talking about all the top guys that came before us. Terence Crawford, to me, is in that category. He can fight off the back foot. He can fight off the front foot. The guy can fight from southpaw position like he is a natural southpaw, but he's really not. He's actually a right-hander. You know, there's nothing that Terence Crawford can't do.
He's a great fighter, you know. If you look at his record, he potentially can be undefeated. You know, he have 3 split decision losses, you know, with each and every one of them could have went either way, you know, so you can't take nothing away from Shawn. He's always been in a fight. He's never been, you know, whitewashed. He's never been outclassed, you know, so you can't take anything away from him.
If there was one fight that I could say, yo, this is the fight that I want everybody to say after this fight that Shawn Porter. I'm taking this seriously, man. This is life or death for me. I don't think my dad really cares for the way I express that, but that's how I feel about this fight. I feel that you know, some of them you can go home and if it didn't go your way, you're like, yeah, you know, we'll get ready for the next one. Maybe a rematch. I don't want no rematch. I don't want no next one. It's now or never for me.
What was you thinking? Remember them days in that you was hard and been thinking. I put a 4 in a 20 ounce and been drinking. If you with the squad, I give you my heart. I mean it.
Tune in November 20th and watch me defeat Shawn Porter in tremendous fashion.
He's pumped. The whole team's pumped. The city's pumped.
On November 20th, no, we're not friends in the moment. After that, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But until that point in time, man, we're going to sell this fight. We're going to make this fight everything that it's supposed to be. And on fight night, we're going to go in there and lay it down.
I think that Shawn Porter mentally is the toughest guy, you know, one of the toughest guys. I mean, his mentality, I love it. I mean, he reminds me of mine. He just wants to fight the best in the world.
It's always been love. I always supported him. He always supported me. But come November 20th, I'm going to step on him.
Shawn is once again trying to bring the best fights to the public. Imagine trying to go from Spence to Crawford with no tune-ups, no hassle or drama, no bickering over purses or networks. Shawn would immediately be the best win on his resume if Bud won, and would be a great setup for the Spence fight with them sharing a good and recent opponent.
Everybody say, oh, well, why you throwing fire with fire when you can just outbox him? Because I love it. I love that. You know what I mean? You push, I'm going to push. You hit me hard, I'm going to hit you even harder, and let's see who can last. You know, so that's what makes me and Shawn Porter a great fight.
This is going to be a spectacular night of boxing. It will be a test for Crawford. Porter has been at the welterweight division his entire career. He's a respected former champion who has fought a who's who of the welterweight division, and we have yet to see Crawford in the ring with someone of Porter's pedigree or style.
I was fighting some demons in the field, I'm deep in. I was raised in a deep
It's going to be a very difficult fight for both guys. Both have their advantages, Porter being a really busy guy,
Making it rough and tumble, landing the right hand.
and Crawford showing his impeccable timing. For me, Crawford is a once-in-a-generation talent. His skill set and his mindset is what makes him who he is, and it's going to be tough to beat him. But Porter brings the style that could do just that.
I'm just saying Crawford is, he's at another level, man.
The fact that he is regarded as one of the #1 guys in the world, if not the top guy in the world, it's enough for me to put all of my heart and energy and everything that I got into preparation and into the fight.
I know he's going to dominate Porter in a good fashion. And somebody tough and rugged like Porter at the top of the welterweight level, that's just going to show how good Terence is.
The game we ain't playing fair. Matter of fact, we don't play at all. OG was in the air, but we better run till we smoke it all. Putting on the front, boy, you better fall. We don't kill them dead, we don't kill them all. I was gonna bet I'm back down. These gon' fall, but I never back down. In the school I was trapping. In the school you was class clown.
It's going to be extremely difficult to outbox Crawford. He's taller, rangier than Porter. He can box off his back foot, is great in transition, he really is a complete fighter. The only other thing that I can see Porter doing is being Shawn Porter, changing up his rhythm, surprising Crawford when Crawford is relaxing or trying to rest. Be aggressive, be relentless, give Crawford something he has never seen before inside the ring during his professional career. Show him you are a guy who's going to be tenacious, a guy who's going to try every single minute of every round. Porter will be in his face, keeping the pressure on. He'll also be cerebral, change rhythms and bang down to the body. Taking that approach will show his strength on the inside and prevent Crawford from getting into his own rhythm. Crawford is a rhythm type of fighter, and once he starts getting comfortable, he's tough to deal with. But if you never let Crawford get going and you always throw him off his game, then you can give him problems, there's no doubt about it.
If it's a close fight, then they'll give me the credit and then say, oh, well, Shawn Porter gave him the toughest fight of his career. But if I go out there and whitewash him like, you know, I'm known for doing, or making him look like, you know, a fighter that's not on my level, then they would say, oh, well, Shawn Porter is washed up, Shawn Porter, you know, is not the same fighter, or he's old. You know, whatever the case may be, you know, I'm going in there to look spectacular November 20th.
Crawford is just special. He's mauled everybody that's been in his past. 37-0 with 28 KO.
It's going to be a tough fight in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But I think after a while, adjustments is being made. It's going to be a one-sided fight.
Only thing I take away from his resume is he hasn't had all of the experiences that I've had. And with that being said, experiences is sometimes key. I think once he gets touched up a little bit more than he's used to, I think that's when he starts to get broken down.
Crawford manages the distance very well. He's a tough fighter, but I feel that if Porter has the confidence to get inside while taking some punches, and he's willing to take a couple of hits to land his punches to the body and head, I think he can give Crawford something to think about. The overhand left is Porter's best shot. Porter knows how to cut the distance to land that punch. He's smaller than Crawford, but he knows how to use his height as an advantage. He is always looking to get inside. But his mental toughness and the fact that he never gives up, that's his best weapon.
One punch, that's it. He is one of the best.
You know, the more you push, the more I'm gonna push. The more you come, the more I'm gonna come.
There is questions of uncertainty for Terence Crawford when it comes to pound-for-pound rankings and being the best, because fans wants to see Bud with some of the top fighters in the division. Crawford is eager to end any debate about the #1 fighter in the red-hot welterweight division, but he must first overcome Porter, who is a two-time world champion, on a top-ranked bill in Las Vegas.
Once again, thanks for watching Boxing Stars. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell button to get notified for the latest on boxing.